In summary, what you're about to hear is this crazy Democrat, Willie Nichols from North Carolina's idea of a shadow cabinet that will be run by bureaucrats, by unelected officials. The same bureaucrats that the Supreme Court just ruled that don't have the power to make laws. They have the power to enforce laws made by elected officials only. So not only is Willie violating the Constitution and his oath, but he's suggesting that we go against the Supreme Court's recent ruling that bureaucrats don't have the power to create rules and laws. Now watch me rip this piece of shit a new butthole.
Last week's done. As Democrats, we simply failed to convince the American people we have better ideas to solve their problems.
We all just barely lived through the last 4 years of your better ideas. I think we all had enough.
But we do. Now we need to dust ourselves off and get ready to fight. We can't let Donald Trump's extreme MAGA agenda go unanswered or unopposed.
Let's translate. We cannot allow or recognize the will of the American people, as exercised in the most recent election. Please note the Electoral College and the popular vote. The people have spoken.
Zone defense isn't going to work. We're going to have to go man on man.
I accept that challenge.
So here's an idea for how to organize our opposition. We need to borrow from our British friends and appoint a shadow cabinet to fight back against the worst abuses of a second Trump administration.
Long before they were our friends, they were our enemies because of their shadow government.
The special relationship between the United States and Britain extends not just to our strength on the global stage, but also to our shared commitment to democracy.
Democracy means majority rules. We don't live in a democracy, but it turns out in the last election, the majority ruled. You are a member of a republic. That republic has a constitution, and you are violating your oath to that constitution with every word that comes out of your mouth.
Across the Atlantic, the British have something we don't.
They have a king and a government that is run without a constitution.
A team from the opposition that mirrors the government's own cabinet members. They watch the cabinet closely, publicly challenging, scrutinizing, and offering new ideas.
New ideas like transgendered storybook hour for kindergartners and allowing 8-year-olds to cut off their junk.
It's another form of checks and balances.
And in April 1775, we killed British people because we didn't want that type of rule.
A quiet guardrail that holds those in power accountable.
The Second Amendment is what holds people in power accountable.
With a shadow cabinet, there's no hiding.
If there's no hiding, why do you call it a shadow cabinet?
Each decision by the government faces a ready counterpoint, not just from the media and voters, but also from political leaders poised to step in.
The voters hold the sole power of this country, not the elected officials that lost the election.
Shadow cabinet members can also become the clear point people for advocacy and grassroots organizers.
We already got a healthy taste of your grassroots organizers by BLM and Antifa during the Summer of Blood 2020. I think we had enough. For instance, when the Democratic Party opened the southern border and allowed 30 million illegal aliens into our country. The Republic of the United States insurance policy is the Second Amendment, just in case some politician violates his oath and decides to overthrow the government and the Constitution with some crazy ideas that he stole from Britain. Well, if the government is gaining power, then who's losing power? Oh, we the people. Now I see how this works. I'm ready to step in.